¿Qué tal, amigos? Nos encontramos en el centro de la ciudad de Allentown, junto frente al restaurante La Cocina del Abuelo, que muchos de ustedes conocen aquí en el centro de la ciudad. Estamos acá porque la congresista Susan Wild llevó a cabo un evento muy importante el día de hoy, un evento donde estamos dialogando y hablando con la comunidad latina, con líderes de la comunidad latina, y ella vino acompañada con uno de los líderes del Partido Demócrata, el congresista Pete Aguilar, quien es el latino de más alto rango en el Congreso y dentro del mismo Partido Demócrata. Tuvimos la oportunidad de hablar con él y también tuvimos la oportunidad de hablar con ella sobre lo que estamos haciendo el día de hoy aquí, por qué es importante hablar con la comunidad latina y por qué es importante el voto latino este año en estas próximas elecciones. So, first of all, tell our community why are you here in Allentown, Pennsylvania?
Thank you so much for having me. I'm here because Susan Wild is a friend and an amazing colleague, but more importantly, because she is an incredible representation for Allentown and the Lehigh Valley. Susan Wild is fighting for a lower drug costs, a more economic opportunity, job creation, revitalization, here downtown. Those are the things that House Democrats are speaking to, and those are the things that are important. My job as the chair of the House Democratic Caucus is to convene all of the members. I'm the highest ranking Latino in Congress, and it's so important that I hear from the community what's important to them.
So you guys were walking through Latino businesses. We were just having lunch at La Cocina del Abuelo. You are Latino. We were just talking on the radio this morning about how Latinos could be the one that could decide this election here in Pennsylvania. So number one, how important is Latino votes, the Latino vote, and what would you tell the Latino community why it's important for them to vote?
The importance of voting is not lost on any of us. Thousands of young people are turning 18 every single day, registering to vote, making their voices heard, talking about the affordability issues that exist, the lack of housing, quality schools and education, clean air, clean water, economic opportunity. Those are the things that Susan Wild and House Democrats are talking about, and that's going to be our recipe for success moving forward.
You're here with Congresswoman Susan Wild. Can you tell our Latinos here in her district in the Lehigh Valley why her? Why you think she's the one that will be good for our community?
She's a fighter. She shares our values, and she wants our communities to succeed. That's the answer. She is continually stepping up for the Latino community. She's talking about the issues that matter to us. She understands the importance of raising a family, taking care of our loved ones, and how we need to ensure that economic opportunity, that small business entrepreneurship, and our kids have a better opportunity in the future. That's what Susan Wild is, and that's why everyone should support her. Thank you.
Gracias. Ahí tuvimos la oportunidad de escuchar al congresista Pete Aguilar, como habíamos mencionado anteriormente, el hispano, el latino de más alto rango, no tan solo en el Congreso, pero dentro del Partido Demócrata. Ahora vamos a hablar con Susan Wild, quien es la congresista de nuestra área y quien fue la persona que organizó este evento. This is not the first time you do this, but tell the audience, why are we here today? I know you were walking around Latino businesses and then you end up having a conversation with Latinos and Latino leaders here at La Cocina del Abuelo. So tell us and talk about that.
So yes, we did a Latino business walk today with Representative Pete Aguilar, who is the chair of the Democratic Caucus in Congress, and because we did a Latino business walk, we came here. We had a round table with a number of our Latino community because it's such an important community. We're standing in a majority Hispanic community, Allentown, but it's across the Lehigh Valley. Hispanics have really made their mark. I've gotten to know the community very well. They own so many of our small businesses. They are movers and shakers, and I think it's really important as the representative of this area to make sure that I'm always in touch with that community.
Some people may not even know this, but you could very well be the congresswoman for the Puerto Rican community in Pennsylvania.
I would love to be.
Because the district with the highest percentage of Puerto Ricans in the state of Pennsylvania, it's in your district. So if anybody represents us Puerto Ricans in Congress, it's you.
That is true.
So talk to us about that.
So Everything you just said is absolutely true. It's one of the reasons why I think it was last year, I took a trip to Puerto Rico
Yes.
with a number of our local officials and prominent business people, because it was important to establish that relationship with Puerto Rico itself, with its government, with its businesses. By the way, this afternoon I have a meeting with Puerto Rican officials in my office, and this is the heritage of so many of my constituents. It is important for me to be in touch with it, and so that's that. I can't think of any. It's like representing farmers, for instance. If you have a farming community, and I have a small farming community, it's important to know what the issues are for farmers. We have a large Ukrainian population. It's very important for me to know what their most important issues are. And it's the same thing with our Hispanic community.
So we are in an election, you're running for re-election. The Latino votes, by reports and data, could very well be the deciding factor in this election, at least here in Pennsylvania. So talk to the Latino voters who may not know who you are yet, may not be quite decided yet. Why you? Why should Susan Weil should represent us again in Congress?
Thank you. And let me just say, I am going to speak to the Hispanic voter or the voter to be, because some people are not yet registered to vote.
Yes.
They absolutely have to register to vote. And people say to me, why does it matter if I vote? I'm just one person. And my answer is, when you are part of the largest community in this city, if you don't vote, you are essentially giving away politics to other people. And politics matters. The government matters. You have the potential as the Hispanic community to be the largest voting bloc in the greater Lehigh Valley. And that includes not just in my race for Congress, but it includes in the presidential race, in the Senate race. And so if you want to be represented, if you want to actually have your concerns heard, you need to vote, because that's the way you make your message known, your concerns known, is to vote and then to reach out to your representatives and say, this is, we really need this. This is what's worrying me. And that's what it's all about. It's not just some sort of vanity campaign like, oh, I want you to vote for me because I want you to vote because it matters to your own interest, to your family's interest, to your children, your grandchildren.
So you have brought to the Lehigh Valley Nidia Velasquez. You now come with someone from leadership in the Congress, Pete Aguilar. Why is it important that those Congress people from other districts and from other parts of the country come here to your district and get to know us?
Because in Congress, no one person can get things done. You need a lot of people to work on the things that are your priorities. And so when I am working on something that is important to the greater Lehigh Valley, I want to have people in Congress who understand why it's important.
And they've been here, they've seen it.
They've seen it, they've met the people, they've talked to them, they've heard their concerns.
You're not talking about some faraway place.
Exactly. And as I always say, I feel as though our area is very representative of America. It's diverse, which a lot of people from outside the area don't know. It is made up primarily of people who are middle class. And, we don't have a lot of one percenters here. What matters in this district is what matters to working families and to seniors and to veterans and that kind of thing. And I want them to see it firsthand.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bueno, ahí lo tienen. Tuvieron la oportunidad de escuchar al congresista Pete Aguilar, tuvieron la oportunidad de escuchar a la congresista Susan Weil. Como ustedes saben, el voto latino es sumamente importante. Toda la data, toda la información nos dice que el voto latino podría ser decisivo. Podríamos ser nosotros los que pudiéramos decidir quién es el próximo presidente de los Estados Unidos. Así que hay que registrarse a votar y hay que salir a votar. Gracias por acompañarnos. Suscríbase a nuestro canal de YouTube, Relajo USA, y será hasta la próxima.